You've probably done all 5 of these habits. They feel like progress, but they're secretly keeping you stuck above 20% body fat. So after 8 years of coaching busy men to get six-pack lean, I've seen the same patterns hold guys back, even when they swear they're doing everything right. So if you're eating healthy and training consistently, but the belly is not budging, the chances are one or more of these habits we're going to discuss in this video is the reason why. So let's break them down, starting with the most deceptive habit. Most guys think if they just eat clean enough, they'll lose fat. So they cut out junk food, they eat home-cooked meals, and ditch soda and snacks, but here's what they miss. You'd be shocked at how fast calories add up from foods like this. 1 tablespoon of olive oil is 120 calories. 2 tablespoons of peanut butter is 200 calories. Half an avocado is about 160 calories. A handful of nuts could be 150 calories or more. Then you have dressings and cheeses on salads, which could easily blow up to 150 to 200 calories. Even eating healthy meals like salmon, rice, and avocado could add up to 800 calories without you even realizing it. And this is why it's so easy for men to stay stuck above that 20% body fat mark. Because even if you are eating clean, you can still be eating too much. And if you're not tracking or at least estimating accurately, you're probably overshooting your calorie budget without noticing, despite eating healthy food. That's why every client I coach is accurate with their nutrition, because before working together, they were typically just guessing and relying on eating healthy food only, which wasn't sustainable, as well as cutting out all the foods they actually enjoy, yet not really breaking past that 20% body fat mark or seeing long-term fat loss that they could sustain. But once they started tracking accurately, in as quick as 7 days, they can start to see their weight and body fat dropping. And even without giving up family dinners or business lunches or social drinks here and there. So my point is, losing belly fat and getting lean isn't about eating 100% healthy all the time. Yes, it can help, but it's also about eating the right amounts for your goals and for the amount of meals that you eat in a given day and what is actually available to you and the times that you train and need the energy. So there's other factors you have to consider. It's not just about eating healthy. But even if you are nailing this, there is another habit that can still sabotage your results, no matter how clean you eat. This one is sneaky because after a hard gym session or a long cardio session, guys will see 400 to 600 calories burned on their fitness tracker, and they feel like they've earned a massive meal or dessert or a few drinks. But the fact is, you can wipe out your entire workout with one impulsive decision. See, your Apple Watch or Fitbit, whatever, might say that you've burnt 500 calories, but it's not 100% accurate. And that's because food calories and fitness device calories are measured differently, so we can't treat them as one for one. And some fitness trackers have been proven to be anywhere from 40 to 80% variance of what the true calorie burn would be if you were to go into a laboratory and measure your exact metabolic output for a set period of time. However, they're still very useful because they can give you a trend line, and that's what you need to focus on. However, we don't want to mix food calories with calories burned. And even if the fitness trackers were 100% accurate, having a burger with some fries could easily add up to 800 calories. And then if you add a few drinks to that, it could be 300 to 400 or more calories on top of the burger and fries that you're starving for because you've done some crazy ass workout, which then means all that hard work just gets neutralized instantly. And this is the overcompensation trap. This keeps guys training really hard, feeling hungrier afterwards, and then eating back all the food that they just burnt off in the gym. So yes, when we train, we are burning energy. We just can't equate exactly 1 calorie burn is 1 calorie of food, but you are burning off energy when you do cardio and workouts. The issue is that it jacks up our appetite and hunger, which makes us then want to go binge and eat stuff because we're pushing too hard beyond our means. But the guys who get lean over the long term avoid this trap. Instead, they're focusing on training to build more muscle gradually, which will help elevate their metabolism over the long term. They're not training to cancel out bad food choices or overtraining in a way that makes them want to go and binge a burger and fries and ice cream sundae or whatever. And the key to that is treating your nutrition like a budget, a set budget. And doing this is how, we can keep fat loss consistent over the long term, no matter what life throws at you or how busy you get. That way, there's no punishment, there's no guilt, and there's no yo-yoing every 3 to 6 months. But even when you do fix this, this next habit can like wipe out your progress practically overnight if you're unaware of it. So imagine that you eat clean all week: chicken, rice, salads, no bread, no beers, no snacks, no slip-ups, perfect. And then Friday night hits. A few drinks, a big dinner, a dessert, and then all of a sudden, this gets to your mind and brings up thoughts like, screw it, I've already blown it, I've been good all week, I deserve this, I'll start fresh on Monday. And that one meal blows out into a weekend bender with thousands of extra calories that probably shouldn't be there. As a result, your sleep gets cut short and trashed by alcohol, which then further jacks up your appetite because you're hungry, and worse, hangry the next day because you haven't got enough sleep and you're dehydrated from the alcohol. Then you jump on the scale on a Monday and you see it's up 4 to 6 pounds or 2 to 4 kilos, making you feel flat, disappointed, and demotivated. So you go strict again, and this cycle just keeps repeating. This is the all or nothing trap. And it's the reason so many guys get stuck in that 20 to 25% body fat range and just can't break below it because they're going way too strict, but then overcooking it in reverse because they can't be so strict forever. Now, I'm not saying that you can't have a beer or a burger or a glass of wine with the missus or an ice cream with the kids. You absolutely can. I still enjoy all those things, and so do my clients because I see it in their nutrition diary every week, so I know what they're eating. The problem is trying to be perfect from Monday to Friday and then blowing it on the weekend. What if you maintained 80 to 90% from Monday to Friday, giving you that wiggle room to still enjoy different things that's within your nutritional budget? This way, you can drop the guilt, you can plan in some flexibility and adapt and adjust around random meals. Maybe you don't have time and you have to get Uber Eats, or somebody invites you out to dinner or something like that. Like, you have space to do that from Monday to Friday. And then this way, because you're keeping it balanced, you don't have to start every Monday feeling like it's a fresh start again because you've messed up. So a better habit to learn isn't being perfect. It's about being flexible within a structure, within a budget that you know works, and completely drop the habit of trying to be perfect, which ultimately backfires. But once you master this, there's still one habit that can silently stall your results, no matter how consistent you are. So this debate still exists thanks to diets like keto, carnivore, and fat loss drugs like Ozempic, which makes carbs seem like the enemy. So guys cut out bread, rice, pasta, potatoes, and even fruit, hoping and praying that this is the miracle that's going to get all the fat off. And yes, cutting all the carbs can make the scale drop very quickly, but here's what's really happening. When you eat carbs, your body stores them in the muscle cells as glycogen or glucose, also in the liver. And for every 1 gram of glycogen, our body holds 3 to 4 grams of water. So if we drop carbs completely, you're going to be losing glycogen, you're going to be losing water, and you're going to be losing a lot of food weight in the body from simply not eating the carbs. So this is why guys can drop 4 to 8 pounds or 2 to 5 kilos in like 1 or 2 weeks of dieting. It feels like magic, but it's not all fat loss. And the problem is when you reintroduce carbs again, which inevitably happens for everyone, even just a little bit, glycogen refills, the water stacks back in, and the scale will spike to a degree. And that's when people panic and think they've just gained all this weight and fat overnight. But you haven't. So carbs aren't the problem. The problem is too many calories from carbs and fats and protein. Combination of all of them that contributes to the total amount of calories that you're eating in a given day. But the fact is, smart carb intake will help you lose body fat if it's within your calorie budget. I'm talking about the carbs that help fuel your workouts, support recovery, muscle growth and maintenance, and keep you fuller and more satisfied for longer. These are all your natural carbs that are typically lower in the GI score, which just means they digest a bit slower, have a higher thermic effect of food, which helps support our metabolism to a degree. And all these carb sources are not touched by a machine. They're not processed like bread or like pasta or crackers or cookies or biscuits or whatever. I'm talking about the raw form, like sweet potatoes, like pumpkin, even white potatoes is fine. Rice is okay. All these carbs contain a lot of water content, which means the calories are a bit lower, but there's more bulk. It's going to fill you up for longer and take longer to digest. This is why I eat rice and potatoes like every single day. It helps me stay lean and helps my clients get more food in so they don't feel deprived and starved while they're in a fat loss phase. We simply just budget it for them so that they know what they can eat and spend their calories wisely to get the most amount of food in for their given budget. This way, there's no guilt, there's no rebound, and the scale spikes are minimized, even while enjoying a variety of different meals with the family, with friends, or whatever. And unfortunately, there's still one habit that keeps most men stuck that we're going to strip apart right now. So imagine trying to wake up for work without ever setting an alarm, just hoping you'll wake up on time. That's what relying on motivation is like. It works once or twice, but it's completely unreliable. So the men I coach to get and stay lean don't rely on motivation. Instead, we implement systems, because systems don't care how you feel. They keep working on good days, they work on bad days, when the weather is bad, when work is hectic and stressful, when there's travel, or extra commitments and stuff to do with the family or with friends. And here is what some of these systems look like. Pre-tracking your meals the night before in a simple nutrition app that takes you like a couple of minutes tops. It could be eating similar, satisfying meals on busy weeks to avoid decision fatigue or just making bad choices. It's scheduling workouts like you do with your meetings, keeping them short, non-negotiable, but doable. And you can do this at home or at a gym nearby, whatever's convenient, with minimal equipment. Having a go-to backup meal or workout for when life gets messier in the way or your schedule changes last minute. And factoring in any compensation days to rebalance the high calorie days that might creep up on you as a surprise, or any days that you just don't get enough steps in because you could be on a plane or in the car or just in back-to-back meetings. That's life. But there's ways to work around it to keep you gradually losing body fat. It's these systems that will get you leaner in a realistic time frame, without the stress and without the worry of life getting in the way and having to sacrifice and overhaul everything that you do. The repeatable routines will beat your random effort every time. And this is why some of my clients get way better results doing 2 workouts a week than other people get trying to do 5 workouts a week and then doing nothing the next week, 2 the one after, 1 and then 4, and there's no consistency. It's that 2 workouts a week or 3 workouts a week done over and over that's going to completely transform your physique, while pairing that with a strategic nutrition plan that's flexible and adaptable to your lifestyle and whatever it is that you need to do in a given week. Because ultimately, if you're always trying to be motivated, you'll always feel like you're restarting over and over at the base of the mountain, and every time you get a little bit up, then you back down again. But when you implement these systems, you will just have a steady climb up the mountain that you'll be able to maintain. And if you're ready to end those up and down cycles and want the exact system that I've been using for 10 years now, and the one that I teach all my clients to get six-pack lean, here's how you can get it. Tap the link below this video in the description. It's right there. And on that page, you'll get details about the Business Body Blueprint routine that helps busy men over 30 to start shedding belly fat as soon as this week. No starvation required. No spending every spare minute on the treadmill or in the gym. I use these exact routines and protocols to maintain 11 to 13% body fat year round. And it's flexible and adaptable to fit into my busiest clients' schedules who have businesses in different states and countries with kids and a wife and way more friends than I have to catch up with. So tap the link below to go check out, see the details. Once you've done that, then go check out this video here where I break down the 5 biggest fat loss mistakes that secretly keep men stuck above 20% body fat. Go watch this next.